Hello, and welcome to Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you are not getting the results you are looking for from your digital marketing efforts, this is the podcast for you. And now, here's the host of our show, the local business guy himself, Frank Deming.
Hello, everyone. This is Frank Deming, the local business guy, and welcome to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses. Today, I got a great topic for you. One of my favorite topics. It's all about SEO, folks. You know, that's how I got the start on my business. Is as being a Google guy, an SEO guy. But I was mostly on the AdWords side of things. And then I fell in love with the whole organic side of things and became the SEO guy. But actually, they call me the local business guy. And that term became popular because of my prowess in understanding how SEO works. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about SEO. I'm going to give you 7 free tools for small businesses that, in my opinion, are the best tools to use from an SEO standpoint. And I'll give you reasons why as we get into the topic at hand. Before we get into the topic at hand, however, I'd like to talk to you about a few things. First of all, I'm going to do some housekeeping. I want to talk to you about the fact that if you're having any issues, we're in the fourth quarter, folks. If you're having any issues with your traffic, you're having any issues with anything that in your business that's, maybe you suffered some sales, maybe because of COVID, maybe it's not because of COVID, maybe because your traffic just went down for whatever reason, give us a call at 888-416-7752 or send us an email at info@lbmsllc.com, and someone will just tell them what your issue is. Someone will get back to you. And we'll make sure that we have that as a topic in one of our shows. Let them know how urgent it is so we can actually bump it up in the schedule if we need to. So that way you can get help, because we're all about trying to help you guys out as much as possible. On another note, if you want to be a guest on our show and you want to promote your business, also do the same thing. Give us a call, 888-416-7752, or send us an email, info@lbmsllc.com. And last but not least, if you're a do-it-yourselfer and you think you can handle this digital marketing game by yourself, or maybe you want to hire a marketing expert to do it for you, I don't want you guys to miss out. I want you guys to actually get a copy of my book, 7 Steps to Recession-Proofing Your Business. Is probably one of the most comprehensive and action-taking books that's out there in the marketplace. It's going to show you how to set up your business properly from a digital marketing standpoint, that is. Maybe help you tweak a few things or what have you, and you'll be up and running in no time, and you'll be recession proofed. All right. So just click the link on the show notes. That's in lbmsllc.com/book. And request a free copy. Now, I'm only shipping copies here in the continental U.S. I don't have a deal with anything international. So if you're listening to me from outside of the U.S., I apologize in advance. But you can still get the book in Amazon. So you can still get it. It's just not from my website. All right, folks. So now that we got that out of the way, I want to talk to you about 7 best free SEO tools for small businesses. There goes that word free. A lot of times people don't believe in free. But it's funny with the SEO game. It's actually, there are a lot of tools in the SEO game that are free, and it's quite interesting how well they work and how well they help you. At least they help us. They help us for our clients. And it's been a phenomenal run. Using now, full disclosure, I do have paid tools that I use primarily. But if you don't, if you want to fool around in the SEO game and you don't want to pay for any kind of tools like that, these free tools will do just as good. The reason why I pay for the tools is because some of the paid versions of these tools are a little bit more robust, and give you a little bit more data. And I need that for my clients. I got to make sure that I perform for them, obviously. So I can't mess around with too much free tools. But for you guys, you can do this for your own website and totally crush it in your industry without having to pay a dime. So as a small business owner, you probably know that the value of SEO is getting more website traffic that you can convert into customers. That's the value. So there's a lot of you who have started with a little research, figuring you'd like to do it yourself instead of hiring a digital marketing agency like us, right? You want to do it yourself, so you want to do the research. You probably checked out a few of the big names in SEO. And, you're probably immediately overwhelmed by the sheer volume of features that each site promise, Then you looked at the pricing and you said, no, thank you. But you said, you probably looked into some tools. Now, here is the good news. As I said earlier, there is a wide variety of free resources available. Because some of these tools can get pricey. I know, because I use some of those pricey tools to help me, and they help me tremendously. But you don't really need them. See, from I can show you some Google tools and some third-party extensions that run right on your browser. That's going to help you. So, without further ado, let me give you those 7 tools that I was talking to you about. A few of them you've probably heard of already, and you're probably using. Some of my audience is very savvy. But I'm going to leave a link on each of these tools in the show notes so that you can take a look at them. So, especially the ones you haven't heard of. So, number 1, of course, it's Google Analytics. See, diving into Google Analytics can become a full-time job. Okay? But a busy small business owner can benefit from this tool tremendously. Without even becoming an analytics expert. You don't really have to. But diving into it, folks, it's a beast. It's a mammoth beast. Because there's so much data in there. But once you have your website synced up with analytics, you're going to be able to access data like users, sessions, bounce rates, session duration, etc. And by tracking this information, you can see how your site content is performing over time. That's the key. You'll also be able to see how you get your traffic, where your traffic is coming from. Is it social media? Is it from referrals from other sites, aka backlinks? Is it direct traffic? Is it organic search? So you'll get kind of like help data about what time of day that most of the visitors are coming from on your site, are going to your site. Helpful, and it's going to be helpful for planning launches of any new product that you're going to sell, or maybe some desktop push notifications or something. You can even see what type of device your users are using, kind of like if it's a mobile, if it's a desktop, etc. So that kind of data is helpful because it helps you make sure that your site is optimized best for the kind of traffic you're getting. Okay. Now, again, Google Analytics is a beast to understand. But if you're not an SEO, which most people who listen to me are not, you're just business owners, you don't need all that other stuff that it gives you. I mean, I need it because it is going to help my clients. But if you're running your own SEO, just understand the basics that I just talked to you about. Okay, those little free things like bounce rates, sessions, users, how many session durations. You can set up your own goals with Google Analytics. So how many people, where they're coming from. Is it mostly a mobile audience? Is it a desktop audience? How long they're staying? Like we talked about that already. That's key. As long as you have that, again, you don't have to be an expert on it. This is good to start. Later on, if you want to dive deep into some SEO stuff, then we can talk about that, at a later time. But that's all you really need. Again, I'll give you probably already have it, but I'll give you a link. I'm just thinking about this. I think what's going to help you the most, rather than give you a link to Google Analytics, because you probably can get to it anyway, how about I'll give you a link to a free Google Analytics beginners course online. That will probably give you the most information. I just thought about that just now. I wasn't thinking about this, but as I'm talking, I'm thinking, you know what? Sending you a link, because I'm going to give you a whole bunch of links. And giving you a link to a Google Analytics thing, something you already know, that's not going to help you. But if you can get that guide, I got to find it. It's somewhere. I remember I can find it and send it to you. Okay. So I just thought of that on the fly, guys. And I think it's going to help you a lot. So enjoy it. And, hope you take action with that. Okay, number 2. You're probably going to be shocked at this, but Google My Business. See, here's why I said I was going to be shocked. But Google My Business is not primarily an SEO tool. And I know this is all about SEO tool. It's a brick and mortar. It's for brick and mortar businesses who ignore it, and they're making a big mistake when they ignore it. It's not really a tool, but when the brick and mortar businesses ignore it, they make a huge mistake. Like they don't really optimize for it and they don't really touch on it. But it's a free tool and there's so much info on that. See, Google actually pulls map and location information on local businesses directly from like the claimed and the claimed site in your GMB profiles. Okay. If you don't complete your profile, then Google may not return your website in the search results. And a lot of people don't know that. So I really, really wholeheartedly believe in this tool as an SEO tool, but it's not really considered an SEO tool, but I'm adding it to this because it's becoming, in my opinion, not just in my opinion, in my experience and what I've seen, what it's been doing for my customers, it's becoming one of the most important entities in your toolbox when it comes to SEO. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, because they're not from Google. Okay, that's how they're not going to be indexing. They're not going to be having the search results. Now, but it doesn't mean that you're not gonna show up in Bing and in Yahoo and all these other places organically. No, that doesn't mean. But you want to be with the big boys. You want to be in Google. So don't mess around with this. You want to use this tool. See, Google considers location, relevance, and prominence when they rank your local business. I mean, they actually take that into consideration. So if you're doing any kind of SEO, this is something that you have to use. So, just to satisfy the location requirement, your Google My Business profile needs to include an accurate address. That's very important. Relevance is at least partially determined by including the most commonly searched keywords from the business type in your profile and website. And the prominence, Google considers how well a place is both online, often through a number of quality reviews, etc., and offline, like a landmark. Very, very important. See, managing a GMB profile is easy to do, but keeping it up to date is tough, and that's where you have to you got to be on top of it. So I don't know if you guys notice on your Google My Business profile on GMB, it also has places like you can have posts. So it's becoming more and more important that you tie these posts, just like Facebook gives you some juice or some relevancy the more you post. That's what Google's doing with their GMB. This is becoming like their own social profile. So you want to use it. You want to use it a little bit more. So it's not, again, managing the profile is easy to do, but keeping it up to date is going to tell Google that your information is accurate and reliable. That's all it's doing. But the only way Google's going to know that is if you're paying attention to it. So those are the first two tools. Now, another free tool that's powerful, and you've heard me say this a few times on other podcast episodes. I talk about Uber Suggest. I think it's probably one of the most handiest tools out there from a SEO standpoint. It's a free tool for Mark. It's actually done from one of the probably SEO kings. A lot of people don't know him, but his name is Neil. A lot of people should know him by now. He's very popular, but his name is Neil Patel. It's an invaluable resource for keyword research. Okay, and SEO is all about keyword research, and it's an invaluable resource for tracking. It's an invaluable resource for backlink checking. And basically the overall of your site, the overall health of your site, that I should say. It's, because a slow site it's tough to index. Okay. So there is a paid version with more capabilities. And I think I talked to you about that I happen to have the paid version, but the free option lets you do a full site audit for 2 sites. So really, if you have just one site, you don't need the paid version. I have the paid version because I have a plethora of sites out there that I have to do. So you can also do some, limited keyword research and get content ideas from the competitors, and just write a better version of it. I think we've talked about that strategy before. As a bonus, you can also download the free Uber Suggest Chrome extension. This is super helpful, guys. It lets you do like easy keyword research. You can search for a keyword on Google. You'll see the search volume, the search difficulty, plus you can have like the related keywords right there in front of you. That's for your search engine results page. It's a powerful little extension. I mean, it's such a helpful tool, and that's from the free version. Okay, so for that you don't even have to pay. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you. Another one is the Hoth. Now, again, I'm going to leave links to all of these things. The Hoth offers, an entire suite of free SEO tools. See, you can actually enter a competitor's URL to view the site's backlinks. It's helpful in creating your own backlink strategy. Then you can also put your own URL into a SEO report tool to get a review of your on-page factors like header tags, links, and site maps, plus off-page metrics like backlinks and social media shares, etc. It also has a robust free keyword tool that's letting you do research and competitors on competitors to see where they're ranking and where you need to be when you need to fill the gaps. Okay, so it's pretty cool, and it's a free tool. That's something that, and I'm not sure if they have a paid version of this. I don't think they do. I mean, I one of the things I like about these tools like Hoth and Ubersuggest, when it comes to SEO, folks, SEO should be your main strategy. You know why? Because it's a long-term strategy. And of course, I'm biased. And you're probably going to say, well, Frank, you're biased because you love SEO. But here's the deal about SEO that everyone should know. It's a long-term strategy. It's the strategy that's going to sustain your business for a long time. I'm talking about years and years and years when done correctly. So here's my point with this. You want to do keyword research on multiple tools. Okay, so you want to see what, say, Ubersuggest gives you, especially if you're going to use the free version of these things. You want to see what, say, Ubersuggest gives you. Another thing you want to do is look at Hoth, right? See what they give you. Make sure it's the same. Because the strategy that Hoth may give you is probably going to give you a different different angle as to what keywords you should go after versus what Ubersuggest is saying. So you may want to combine those two for a better result. So that's the reason why when it comes to SEO, the foundation is keyword research. So you want to spend umpteen hours, days doing this, depending on how much keywords you're going after, obviously. So you don't want to skimp when it comes to the research. That's the one thing you don't want to skimp on. All right. I think you got the point. I think you see how important I think it is. Another tool is called Answer the Public. So Answer the Public helps you to take a basic keyword and investigate what people actually want to know about it. This is pretty cool. It takes a visual approach, creating a branch tree that connects your search term to longer keywords. For example, if you searched for digital marketing, let's say, I would see the popular searches include, say, digital marketing is the future, digital marketing for dummies, digital marketing without degree. It also provides a map that shows comparisons. So what other words people search for with your keyword? For example, digital marketing. Again, let's go with that same example. We'll find digital marketing and advertising, digital marketing versus traditional marketing, digital marketing like a pro, digital marketing for UX design. So basically, the tool is useful for helping marketers to get more specific about their content and answering the questions that people are really asking. So that's what Answer the Public is as a tool. So it's pretty cool. It's a cool tool to, I say, and I've used this for my clients. It's a cool tool to say, write a blog post that answers the questions. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like it. I'm a big fan. Another tool is Keywords Everywhere. There goes keywords again. Right? People say, "Well, Frank, how many keyword tools are you going to use?" I'm a nut. I know how important keywords are. So I go buck wild with this, man. I go nuts because I want to make sure that I nail the keywords. I don't want to leave a stone unturned. I want to make sure that when I provide SEO for any of my clients, that I selected the best keywords from the beginning. Okay, so that's very important. So Keywords Everywhere, that's the name of the tool, is another Chrome extension that helps with keyword research. As I said, the free version, because now this is a paid version as well. So the free version lets you see keyword information while you go do keyword Google searches like related keywords, and people also search for terms, blah blah blah. So that's gonna give you some kind of keyword tools like that. I like it. I have it right now in my Chrome. It also shows a trend chart, which is very, very helpful. And again, this is all free, so that you can see how keywords have fared over time. This is such an important tool because is it on the up tick or is it on the down tick? And why is it on the down tick? Is it because it's not, it's in a time frame where it's not really it's not popular at this point in time? Is it in a down tick because of Christmas? Is it in a down tick because of COVID? So it's really cool how that shows. You see how the difference is, going back to my point, with you want to really do your research on keywords from different tool perspective, because this perspective gives you something that the other two don't give you. So if you combine it, this is the free version, okay? Another cool thing that it also helps you with YouTube research. So if you are and this is organic, okay? YouTube organic research, because there's paid search and there's organic. With the YouTube organic research, it's going to show you some insights and trends that for that site specific traffic, because remember, YouTube is a search engine as well. It's a search engine, so a lot of times people forget that, and there's specific traffic that's in YouTube that you're not going to find on regular Google, right? So you want to do some research specific on that, and that's what's cool about every Keywords Everywhere. Now, the free version does not share search volume or competition or cost per click for keywords. But if you use it in conjunction with Uber Suggests, as I said before, you'll get the best of both worlds, folks. I keep saying that, and I'm hoping that you understand the importance of it because I keep repeating. So last but not least, this is a tool that I typically use when I do my pay-per-click. For my pay-per-click clients. But SEMrush is one of the biggest names in the SEO tools. Okay. It's, it has a price tag to match. It's not cheap, SEMrush. But there is also a free version that provides a lot of value. And keyword research is probably a little limited on this. It only offers like 10 searches per day. Okay, no biggie, because we've got other tools. And provides like 10 results per search only. So maybe you can have like 50 research, it's only going to give you 10. But remember, for a small business that's blogging once a day, that may suit you just fine. A small business is not going to, you're not going to need more than that. That's only 10 per day. Right? That's all you really need. You can also get a site audit returning the overall health of your website, which is important. The free version will also crawl up to 100 pages and provide data about broken links, redirects, on-page issues that could be, slowing down your site or hurting the usability. See, some of the other sites don't do that. But this is primarily a tool that I use for PPC research, keyword research, but you can use it for SEO as well. Okay, so there you have it, folks. Those are the 7 tools that I recommend that we use if you're gonna do some SEO for yourself. If you don't want to hire an SEO guy or whatever, you want to do it by yourself, you got to use these tools. Number 1, you got to use Google Analytics. If you don't know how to use Google Analytics, I've sent you a link on the show notes for Google Analytics for beginners. You got to check that out. It's going to help you tremendously. Number 2, you want to use Google My Business. Now, Google My Business, people say, well, Frank, that's not an SEO tool. It's becoming one because they're ranking you better, at least on this platform, if you have it. Number 3, Uber Suggests. You've heard me talk about it many times. Neil Patel nailed it. That's a great tool to use. You want to use the Hoth as number 4. A great tool. Another tool is Answer the Public. Good tool if you're a blogger and you want to answer questions that's coming up often. Great for topics. A lot of people struggle. A lot of bloggers out there, a lot of internet marketers struggle with topics. Use this tool. Your struggle has just ended. Another tool is Keywords Everywhere. Awesome tool. What did I say, folks? Keywords is the foundation of your SEO campaign. Without a good keyword strategy, you're shot. Don't even do it. Do something else other than SEO, because you're not going to win in the game if you have a bad keyword research strategy. Okay. Number 7, last but not least, SEMrush. It's a tool that I use all the time for PPC, but if you use the free version and you're a small business, you really just need the free version and use it as a SEO audit tool for broken links, etc., redirects, and some small keyword research. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. Better yet, I want you guys to implement. Take a look at these tools. Go to the show notes. Download. Look at all of the resources that I have in the show notes. Start using it, And I want you guys to give me a call, 888-416-7752, and tell me how this has impacted your business, or if you even have questions about it, if you want a free consultation about it. Again, just give us a call. We are here to help you guys, folks. SEO is not an easy thing, but we're here to make it easy for you. So with that, I wish you guys nothing but the very, very, very best. Until the next episode, this has been Frank Deming, the local business guy, and you've just listened to another great episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses. Take care, folks. Until next time. Bye for now. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. Don't forget, any links that were mentioned during the broadcast will be available to you in the show notes, so be sure to grab them while you have the chance. Incidentally, if you have any topics that you would like for us to discuss on the show, be sure to send an email to the email provided in the show notes, or click the Contact Us link and let us know what topic you would like us to help you with, and we'll be sure to add it to our schedule. If you would like for Frank and his team to look at your digital marketing presence and give you a free evaluation, simply click the Request a Free Consultation link in the show notes to get a hold of them. That being said, until our next episode, make it a successful digital marketing day. Peace out.